I'm Alexia. I'm 22 years old, and about 3 weeks ago, I decided not to return back to grad school. Already finishing one full year and over 100K in debt. And this is why. I decided to make this video. Hopefully, future Alexia will see this and she can see where she was at. Long story short, I was in a physical therapy program at a very, very well-known university here, and actually in the state, one of the best ones, and I got accepted. And I was set on path to graduate in 2027 with my doctorate in physical therapy. But as I continued on with the program, I realized this wasn't the profession for me, and I decided to leave because I wasn't in it and I wanted to try other things. So let's kind of go full circle. I went to undergrad at a university about 10 minutes away from where my grad school was. Great school, great people, great professors. It was fun. I majored in a health and medicine degree. I was gonna major in biology, but it didn't really meet the prerequisites I needed for physical therapy school. So the other degree helped me a bit more with that. And then I also got a minor in physical education, which I loved all those classes. But undergrad finished in April. I was gone in May to work in LA. And in June, I started grad school. No turnaround at all. In my head, I thought I could do it, and I was able to do it. We had a seminar thing for about 6 or so weeks for anatomy, and man, when I tell you, that was one of the toughest 6 to 7 weeks of my life. That was rough. 2 exams every Friday, late night studyings till 1 or 2 in the morning, sometimes till 3 or 4. But I got through it, and I thought everybody did it. I thought that was a normal thing. So I went on. And around some time in October, September, I talked to a couple faculty members that I know from previous experiences who I respect very, very highly. And I voiced my concerns to them. I told them I wasn't really feeling passionate in this field. I didn't really have the drive that I initially thought I did when I was coming in, but I wanted to see it through. I wanted to see if it was a spur of the moment kind of thing, or if those feelings were actually real. After that talk, I continued on with the program, and months went on. There were some highs, there were some lows. Overall, I was surrounded by good people, and I was learning, and it was great. But as I went on, I was hoping it was going to get better. We were going to start our short clinical experiences at the end of our academic year, and I was really excited for that because it was the chance I could actually show my skills in action. They told us that going through our clinicals would kind of re-spark why we wanted to get into physical therapy, and I believed it. I was riding on that. I couldn't wait to go. In my head, I knew it was scary, but the opportunities of learning, I was really excited for it. Then I got to my clinicals, and that feeling had never been stronger. I don't really know how to describe it. I placed this field on such a high pedestal with so much worth and value and acknowledgement and respect by people, and I was chasing that. And when I got to my clinical rotations, the feeling of anticipation of wanting to go back, it wasn't there, and it just dwindled, and that was really scary because at that point I knew, oh shit, this is actually real. I don't like this. I don't like doing this. I don't like doing physical therapy. And hearing those words out loud was one of the scariest things ever. I had spent over 100K in just tuition, housing, food, all that other stuff. Basically, I dedicated the next 3 years of my life staying out here in this area to go to grad school, finish with my degree, and then whatever happened after that, what happened. But school was my main focus. But realizing that this isn't the past for me, it's terrifying. When I was driving home on one of my last couple days, I was crying on the phone to my mom. I told her, I don't want to do this at all. And I quote, I hate this. I hate this so much, I can never see myself doing this ever again. I didn't think I had so much, thought. It was crazy. I went all off on my mom. I told her, I can't be in a field where I don't feel like I'm making a difference. I think a lot of people can make such a big impact in this field, helping so many individuals. I just don't think I'm one of those people, at least not within that realm. So I thought about it, how people working 9 to 5s, and how I think it's crazy, how the way society works, and you're raised to go to school, and go to school, you go to college. From college, you get a job, you work, maybe have a family, enjoy life a little, retire, and then you die. And that's it. That's the basic cycle of a human. And I told my mom, I didn't want to be that. I couldn't bear the thought of going through that monotonous cycle. I wanted something different. I want to try something else. I want to try something I'm scared of. So, side note, I've always been into business, entrepreneur stuff. I love learning about marketing, digital, social media stuff. And I never knew it was a, passion of mine until recently. These last couple weeks or months or so, I've actually delved a little bit deeper into it. And even so, since leaving the program, I've went fully all in on trying to come up with something that's currently in the works right now, and I'm really, really excited about it. It's something I've always wanted to do, start my own thing, and right now I have the support and help from my boyfriend, and it's honestly one of the best things in the world that I get to do this with him. But I get to tap into this thing that I've always wanted to do, that I've never had the chance to. I've never had the time, never had the energy, and now I do. So it was crazy that I went through school, went through all this, just to not do it in the future. Why would I go through all that? Because I place so much value on a title, on a degree, than I should have. I thought that being called a doctor would be cool. I'm not a medical physician, but anybody will say having a DR with the dot in front of your name would be really cool. And it sounds pretty cool. People understanding you have that, all the schooling, all the networks. It sounded amazing. It was stable. It was safe. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought, if I never wanted to go down that path, why on earth am I going through this program? Why am I feeding more money into the system that I want to get out of? It's complete nonsense. Why am I feeding into it? Why can't I start my own thing right now? Why can't I do it? And what's stopping me? And the truth is, failure. It's fucking scary. It's terrifying to leave something that's stable, financial income, stability, insurance, retirement, 401ks, all the stuff that every American thinks and dreams of having. They go to school, they work, job, retirement, done, you're dead. I don't want that at all. I don't want one bit of that. I want to make something of myself. I want to start my own thing. I want to see what I can do outside of the system, or at least for a year. I mean, I have a year leave of absence, and when that year's up, I can decide if I want to go back. If I thought, you know what, maybe this route isn't for me. Maybe I want that safe. Maybe I want that stability. But at least I tried it. And at the end of the day, I don't want to be 80, look back on my life, and regret the things I didn't do. I don't want to regret that I didn't start the business, that I didn't start my own future endeavors. I'd rather look back on it and say, yeah, you failed. You fucked up. So, you did it. What was the worst that could happen? Or maybe it's one of the best things ever. But you'll never know. You'll truly, truly never know unless you try. So the whole point of this is, I was faced with two things. I can either leave or I could stay. If I leave, one of two things can happen. The business, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't do as good as I'd like. Maybe I don't like it. Maybe it's not everything I ever hoped and dreamed of. Or it's one of the best things that ever happened to me. Maybe I learned so many valuable skills, meet so many people that I never thought I would have met, have financial freedom, financial literacy, all the stuff I want in life. What if that's on the other end of the mountain? The mountain of fear, the mountain of failure, the mountain of stability that's blocking everything. What happens if I just look over it? I see all that. I'll never know unless I climb it. And taking that leave of absence, that's me starting the climb. I can fall back or I can go over it. But I'd rather know that I tried. That's all that matters. My happiness. And right now, I can say I've never been this happy in a really long time. I've been more happy in these past couple weeks than I've been throughout all of PT school. I found my old self again, and I didn't think she was there anymore, to be honest. But she's there, and I'm really excited to see the future and all this other stuff that I get to do. So, if you're still watching, thanks. If you want to tag along for the journey, what big plans are coming up, stick around. And if not, then see ya. But this is the path, this is the journey, and I couldn't be more excited to start it.